Hi guys, my name's Angelina and today I'm going to share with you my birth experience. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to be on YouTube and have my daughter on here. But after thinking about it, I used YouTube my entire pregnancy, and I still do, to find out what it's like for everyone else and if what I experience is normal or maybe there's something wrong. I'm going to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So now I'm going to get into the fun stuff with the day that I went into labor. It was February 9th, and I woke up getting ready for my appointment that I had weekly now since I made it past the 36 weeks. So I didn't feel any different. I had a little bit more pressure than normal, but I was getting close to my due date, so I didn't think anything of it. So on our way to the appointment, Nicole texted us and said that we had to reschedule because she actually had another birth. So went back home. I was going to work on the computer a little bit. I was really hungry. I was starving my entire pregnancy. So I made some mac and cheese, and I had almost an entire bag of salt and pepper chips, which I would not recommend for anyone. I really was tired of being pregnant. I didn't really care about anything anymore. I just wanted it to be over with. I was huge. I was uncomfortable and just miserable. So I felt even worse after I had that meal, believe it or not. But I took a nap because I got really tired, and my hips were always hurting the last few months. So I went to roll over to the other side, and as I did that, I felt this huge gush of water, and I knew, wow, that was my water. So I hurry up and quickly text Rachel and Nicole, the midwife and doula, in a group text and said, like, guys, it's here, I'm ready, my water broke. So they called and wanted to make sure that everything was good and I didn't have anything in the discharge and everything. And I just had a little bit of blood. It was nothing like a period, but just a little bit on the toilet paper. So they asked if I had contractions, but I had nothing. I felt completely normal. So they said, just keep them posted, and that was really it. So then I called Brody, and he had just got to work. He was working an hour away that day. And I said, hi, Brody, it's time. And immediate panic set in his voice, and he says, okay, now what do we do? And I said, well, everything's okay. I'm good. They just want us to keep them posted, and I'm not really having contractions yet, so there's really nothing to do. So when I got off the phone with Brody, I decided to take a nice shower. In our classes with Rachel, we learned that if you take a shower whenever you go into labor, it could help speed things up, or if it was false labor, it could stop everything. So I took a nice shower and I felt a lot better. When I got out, I was feeling kind of like period cramping. Nothing real uncomfortable, but you could feel something happening. So that was just for a couple minutes, and then things got extremely intense really, really fast. We were told that there was going to be different stages of labor, and some people you definitely can tell whenever they're entering the next stage. Some people you don't. I kind of went from like the beginning to the end in minutes. I called Brody and I said, Brody, you need to get home now. And he was only 10 minutes away, thank God. And when he got there, the contractions were extremely intense. Nothing that I had imagined. I can't explain it. The only good thing about it was they do come in those waves that they tell you about, so you do have a break. So it's intense, and then you have a time to rest, and then it's real intense again, and then you can rest. So what got me through it was knowing that there was an end to it. So when the contractions started like that, I definitely said, Brody, I need Rachel here. That was the doula. So Rachel was there within minutes, and she wanted to check me. So when she did that, she looked at me and said, I'm going to call Nicole. And when she said that, I thought, wow, I'm going to meet my baby soon, because Nicole doesn't come until, I'm closer to the end. And so Nicole told her to go ahead and start filling up the pool because I was going to be birthing in that. So Brody, that was his job. So he did that while Rachel comforted me and helped me get through my contractions. And right after she got off the phone with her, I kind of entered this different place. I can't explain it. If you've had a baby before, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. It was just the most incredible experience of my life. I really can't explain it. Um, it's kind of like, I guess, the craziest drug you could ever imagine. I couldn't see anything. I was I was just in my own world. I was completely focused on me, my breathing. That really kept me calm and getting through it. Well, actually, the only thing that kept me calm was my birth team with Brody, Rachel, and Nicole. If it wasn't for them, I don't know what I would have done. I did panic a lot. I thought the whole pregnancy, yeah, I'm going to do this at home, of course. And then when it happened, I constantly was asking them, you're sure I can do this? You're positive I can do this? Everything's going to be okay? So I was in this different place. I could hear everything that was going on around me. I could hear Brody filling the pool. I could hear Rachel telling me, I'm doing great, to continue to breathe, to, switch positions, to maybe try this. I could hear all of that going on, but I really could not see what was happening. And Nicole got there. She set up all of her equipment. I didn't even know any of this was going on. But when she got there, I heard her say, we're not going to have time for the pool. So Brody kind of just stopped. I was kind of upset about it, but I didn't really have time to think about it because my baby was coming. So I was just going to be laboring on my bed. So she got everything set up and she says, are you ready to start pushing? And I said, I don't know. I've never done this before. Like, if you think I'm ready, I'll try. So it took a few times to actually get down that right push. Even though I had practiced it in my class, I didn't really know how to do it until it was time. So whenever I started pushing, it was a total of 15 minutes, and then Valentina was here. When I started pushing, that didn't hurt. That wasn't painful for me at all. You still had the contractions, so that was still intense, but the pushing was the easiest part for me. I don't know if it was because I had all this adrenaline, I was so excited that she was gonna be here, or I was just ready for it to be over. I don't know, but for me that was real easy. Um, I got extremely tired. I definitely had that little resting phase before you actually deliver. And I remember telling everyone, like, I just want to take a nap, just let me sleep. And I would try to sleep, and then the contraction would come. And then I would say, all right, I just need to sleep, and then the contraction would come. So then once she was out, I was worried about tearing, so I asked if I tore. I had no tearing. I asked if she had all of her fingers and toes, and she had them all. She was good. I asked, is everything okay with her? Probably a million times, because I never experienced this before. I didn't know. And they said, everything's great. She's awesome. And I said, we don't have to go to the hospital? And they said, no, of course not. Everything's okay. And I guess that was my biggest fear, of having to transfer and, go to the hospital and do what I didn't want to happen the entire time. Somebody woke up from their nap, so they're joining us. This is little Valentina, who we're telling the story about. So anyways, once I delivered her, Nicole almost immediately placed her on my belly to have that first initial skin-to-skin contact. And it took me really a few minutes to realize, like, wow, I'm touching my baby. I'm holding her. She's finally here. So that was just an incredible feeling. And then they took her back, to make sure everything was good. And we decided to do the delayed cord clamping. So we waited for that. And once all of that was done, we wrapped her up in a little blanket. And I looked up, and it was kind of like the first time I felt like I was actually out of that different place that I was talking about. And I looked up, and Brody was just holding her so perfectly, and just looked like the perfect father already. And I remember I started crying, and I was just so happy. I could not believe that this finally happened, and this whole 9 months, everything we waited for, it was done now. So Rachel and Nicole says, where is everyone? Have you told them? And we said, no, no one knows, because we really just wanted it to be us, and we wanted to take in everything and have a moment to enjoy her and meet our new baby before everyone was there and wanting to hold her and see her. And we just wanted a little time to ourselves. So they said, you have to call everyone. So I called my dad, and he was asleep. He had no idea what was going on. I had lied to him a few hours earlier and told him, I wasn't in labor, nothing was happening, because I knew that he would rush to my house and be there, and I didn't want that. So I called him, and he couldn't believe it. His birthday was actually February 10th, so I told him that I had an early birthday gift for him. He went to my second ultrasound with me, and that was whenever they gave us the due date of February 11th. So he thought, wow, I'm going to have a grandchild on my birthday. But he was going to get a shower, and then he came over. Brody's parents came over. My mom came over. And everyone just hung out for a while we got used to this new life and being parents and getting to know our new little baby. And it was just the greatest experience I could have ever asked for. The home birth couldn't have been better. I definitely will do it again when we decide to have a little sibling for her. We had the greatest birth team ever. Rachel and Nicole were there for me through everything. Late at night, whenever I was worried that something was wrong, or I was feeling different, or had just any question, I Googled something and something bad came up, and now I was worried. They were always there to reassure me that everything was okay. So I definitely recommend everyone looking into your options before you automatically just get set on having a hospital birth. I think doctors and nurses are amazing and great. I just think that having a child is not something that you need medication for and you need a hospital setting for. So, if there was other complications, then we would have been in the hospital. That's what would have been necessary. But I had a pretty easy pregnancy, and everything was good with her, so we were able to do that. And I hope you guys enjoyed our story. We would love to post more if you guys really enjoyed this and got something out of it. We have lots to talk about, like how she wasn't named for almost a week, about her first doctor's visits, things that we discovered about her. Teething is a big one right now. And just about how amazing it is to be a parent and have a little one. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Bye.